Guys, in today's video we are going to do a story time. Welcome back. How have you guys been? Life is crazy right now, very crazy, and not just me, everybody, I'm sure. But today I just wanted to do a little throwback to doing a story time. Like, why haven't I done story times? That's my forte. I've lightly spoken about this before on social media, but not to the extent that we're about to go into today. I'm talking about the time that I went to well, am I Canadian? We're gonna talk about the time that I went to a school for teen moms, a teen mom school in Miami. Now, this wasn't just this nice little like all girls boarding school, like Zoe 101-esque, like this school was like probably the start of my downfall in life. Like, it's just crazy. It's like from like pregnant girls trying to fight each other to like going to field trips and being called the thought school. Like, it was just way too much. But I'm gonna start from the beginning. I got pregnant in freshman year of my high school, completed the rest of my sophomore year at the same school that I was going to in freshman year, and then after that I did a little bit of my junior year at that school as well. But I was just like, this is too much. Like, they gave me way too many AP classes. I think that's really why. I was like, this is too much right now. So I told my mom, I've heard of this school where it's only girls and it's only for girls who have kids. So you can bring your kids to school. There's a daycare. Heard so many great Yelp reviews about it, right? We took a little tour of the school. It was all nice. It was very small, and it was in Little River, Miami. So we take a tour of the school, and I'm like, it's fucking lit. Like, I'll go here. Trying to escape those fucking AP classes, bitch. Why would you put my dumb ass in those classes? I don't know. Maybe they're trying to do me a favor. Oh, she's a teen mom. Let's get all this college credit shit out of the way for her, so when she goes to college it's just a breeze. Or maybe it'll encourage her to go to college. No, don't fucking do that shit, because when I'm home I'm making bottles and I have to do this AP fucking world history stuff. Like, it was just way too much for me. I'm like, this school doesn't have A push, they have bitches pushing out babies. It's a really small school. I think there was only like about 100, maybe a little over 100 girls, if that. Maybe even less. And so I start the school, and from the beginning it was just like, I knew this was gonna be a wild ride, because like, I'm taking my daughter to school. Like, a yellow bus would come and pick me up at the same time every day, like designated bus stop in front of my house. I would get my daughter in the car seat. Like, they provided a car seat as well. And yeah, it was crazy. You would go on to the bus and just hold onto your kid's seat, like no seat belts, just, you chose this life, sis. Hang on to that car seat. I remember the first day I had to go onto the school bus. I think my mom had dropped me off at school, and then I was going to take the school bus home. And I just remember struggling because I was still carrying Alani at the time. I think she walked, but like, those little ass feet, they're just not fast enough for us. I just remember waiting for the bus, struggling, walking down that hallway, struggling, like shaking in my arms, because I was carrying her car seat, I was carrying her, and I was carrying my bag, and I have all my new student stuff. Like, it was so much. Whole time I was holding the car seat up by the top. But what you really needed to do, and they put me on game, was you needed to put your arm through the straps of the car seat and hold it like it's like a shield, like you're about to go into war. The war on teen pregnancy. And that's when I realized this school was a shit, and it was no joke. Like, you learned so much from that school. So we'd be in the buses with our kids and go to school, and then they pick us up from school and then leave. They had a whole child care for all ages. It was in a certain hallway, and then the other side of the school was like split in two. It was like one side for like the nurse's office, the main office, and the babies. And then it was split by like a little courtyard, which had like a little like playground. And then on the other side, it was like the school. We were separated with our kids. We could eat lunch with them, but it wasn't like they were with us the whole entire time while we were learning. It wasn't like that. They actually had a whole child care for us, and it was really nice. We just had to bring certain things like diapers, of course, change of clothes. We always had to have certain things, and the babies had to have backpacks too. They had little cubbies. They fed them, all that stuff. It was really really awesome. So there were some girls. This school was like for middle and high school, so there were not a lot of middle schoolers, but there were some. I remember there was one middle schooler and she had like twins, and everyone's like, that couldn't be me, that would never be me. And I'm just like, at the end of the day, like, we all have kids, girl. We don't even have degrees, we don't have GEDs, we don't have nothing, we got kids. There was like a lot of like tension still, which I guess you could assume from an all-girls school. Like, girls talk a lot and stuff like that. They would date each other and pregnant, like, just so much stuff going on. I've only seen, I think, one or two fights, but they weren't pregnant, thankfully. But a lot of girls who are big pregnant, like stomach hanging out the collared shirt pregnant, spilling over the khaki pants pregnant, and they were trying to fight people. But there were also a lot of people who were just strictly there to get their shit done and graduate. There were still popular girls. And I always wondered, like, are kids popular too? I feel like the school was like heavily funded. Because we always had a lot of shit going on. We would always have like these career days. We had like girls makeover day. We've had like people come to the school, do HIV and STD testing. We had people who would come and give us like free stuff for the babies, like free baby wraps. And your baby could be super young. I think the youngest baby could be like 3 weeks old there. And girls would leave and then come back. I remember I had a friend named Barbara, and she was pregnant. I miss her. I wish I could find her. She was big pregnant, and then she left, had her baby, and then came back and then brought her baby. And I just remember we were all like, oh my god, you had your baby, blah blah blah. We're all like fucking 16. But yeah, it was a great school, like resource wise. They really helped you. But I just want to talk about the things that like were different from this school versus a public school. Obviously, they gave depot shots in the nursing office, so sometimes you just be at lunch and then a girl will be like, oh fuck, I'm I'm missing my third round of depot shots, I'll be right back. And the girl will go come back with a fucking band-aid on her arm, because they would give depot shots at this school. Like, bitch, you need this birth control, you're not gonna be coming back here your senior year with 4 more kids. So they offered that versus public school, where you can't even get an ice pack without them being like, well, I need to call your mom first. So yeah, they're handing out birth control like cafeteria ladies with those fucking apples. So that was one of them. Another thing that was different was we didn't really have the same kind of field trips as most schools. So like at other schools, you do like cool shit. You have to go to like the fair, or you go and you see like monuments and stuff like that. It was like very coded. It was like, just say it with your chest. Like, what are you trying to say? They took us to court, like the courts for child support hearings. Yeah, we like literally went in. Some of the girls are like, oh, I already been here. I was here last week. And I know, it's so funny, right, Reem? I'm just sitting there like, damn, we're really sitting at a child support hearing right now. Like, they thought that this was the most fire field trip that they could have conjured up for us. And they really took us there. We're all sitting there like we're on Beyond Scared Straight, just like, learn, listen to what they have to say, learn from their mistakes. And I'm over here just like fucking taking notes, like, okay, step 1, go on miamidade.gov. Like, it was fucking funny. I remember them telling us to dress well, dress presentable. I wore like a fucking pencil skirt and a blouse with a blazer and some flats just to go to fucking somebody's baby daddy's child support hearing. But you know what? At the end of the day, I kind of prefer going to those little isolated for us field trips, because when we would go to field trips with other public schools, like I remember we went to one of the colleges, FIU. We would get berated with insults. We would get harassed by the other schools. They'll be like, oh, there go the thought bus. I remember that like people would like shout at us, and then the girls in the back would be like putting down the window, and they'll be like, shut the fuck up, blah 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 blah. And I was just sitting there like, just one more year, like, it's fine. It was like verbal throwing tomatoes at us. Like, that's really what the fuck they were doing. But they're like, there goes the thought bus, there goes the teen moms. And then you try to look for like comebacks to these people that are like, oh, thought bus, thought school, y'all are some thoughts. It's just like, Jesus' mom was a teen mom. But it's like, yeah, you already took the L. Just keep going. Just walk away. I just want to learn about the opportunities that they have at this school. Like, I didn't come here for all this. I'd rather just fucking go back to the courtroom. Really not like a public school, but kids acted like it was a public school too. Like, all the fighting and like the, oh, this girl wants to fight you after school type shit. It was just a very toxic environment sometimes. But at the end of the day, we were all moms. We would help each other. Everybody there had that main goal. You know, we have kids. We're trying to make the best out of the situation. We want the best for our kids and for us, and that's why we're going to the school, so that we can be surrounded by resources that are made for us, right? But yeah, I did make a lot of good friends there. I wish I still kept in contact with them. I have friends who had just had babies. I had a lot of friends who were pregnant and then they ended up having their babies, and then, you know, they were still there within the school year. Really great girls, awesome people, cute little babies, and we'd have little play dates with the kids and stuff like that. That was pretty much my experience at a Teen Mom school. Shout out Cope Center North, Miami. If you do have questions about this whole experience, leave them down below. I will be answering all these questions. But I just randomly had thought about it and I was just like, what the fuck was that time in my life? Like, what was my junior year of high school? It was like too fucking much. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying well, staying hydrated, wearing masks outside, using hand sanitizer. It's not that hard. I have eczema on both of my hands and I still use hand sanitizer multiple times a day. I every time, but it's okay because we don't want to be spreading our hand germs everywhere. Wash your hands, you know, same shit. Hands burn, but I still do it because I don't want to be spreading my germs. And I'm hating when people are like, only a percentage of people will die from COVID-19. What if you're that percentage? Like, you don't necessarily have to have a pre-existing condition to die from COVID-19. So just be mindful of others. Don't be a Karen, and I'll see you guys in my next video. You're lucky you and Damien didn't have to go to school and ride on the thought bus with me.